Hey there, gorgeous. My name is Melissa, and I am also known as the Tarotist, and I am going to be your tarot card reader. Guys, we are going to do a general collective, whatever comes out, tarot card reading. This reading cannot possibly resonate for everyone. However, it could possibly resonate for anyone, any placement of any sign at any time. I am going to go into a little bit about myself and the channel, guys, but those of you who are not interested in the introduction, you can certainly click on the timestamp that I have located in the pinned comment below. For those of you who are interested in knowing a little bit more about myself, the channel, and the reading, I again am the Tarotist. And anything that you would ever need to know about myself or the channel, you can find either in the description box below, the channel description, or the community tab. You can also check out my website, which is www.therapist.com. Guys, I do have the Zoom and FaceTime readings closed for the rest of the summer months here. However, I am still available for private email readings and pre-recorded readings, and those are listed in the description box below, as well as the PayPal and Cash App to make the payment to, as well as the email address to send the receipt of payment along with the questions to. Okay. I think that's going to just about do it there, guys. This reading, again, it can resonate for anyone. But basically, if you would like me to pick up on your energy more thoroughly, and you're not interested in a personal reading, which is obviously the most powerful way for me to pick up on your personal situation, but you'd like me to be more likely to pick up on your personal energy and situation in my collective readings, engaging with the channel in some way is going to be very helpful in transferring your energy here onto the channel and into the readings. Okay. Engaging would be by either liking or commenting on any of the videos or community tab posts. You can share any of my content. And my personal favorite, and I think the most powerful way for us to exchange energy or you to transfer your energy here into the readings is by clicking the little subscribe button below. Guys, if you are going to subscribe to the channel and you would like to be notified when I do upload or go live in the future, go ahead and click the little bell notification icon to all. All right, let's dive right into this collective energy and just see what the divine has for profound, quick, and crucial messages for the collective. Okay. I usually do pick up on very particular or very specific threads of energy. Take what resonates for you and leave the rest. Bring love into the situation. Sounds like it could be about love, but let's find out more because it doesn't necessarily mean that. And it says here a win-win outcome is in the forecast. So there's something that maybe has gotten a little more competitive than the universe had intended it for it to. Okay. What am I saying? So basically, I'm getting they're showing me a situation where kind of maybe two people that are meant to do similar things. They don't even have to be similar things. It's like one person is trying to talk discredit the other here or something like that. Everybody is here to do their job and nobody, literally zero people. I want to make this as clear as I possibly can. Zero people are here to tell other people how to do their purpose, okay? You can certainly give out information, wisdom, and share insights and things like that, but telling somebody that the way that they're doing what they're feeling called to do, directed to do, is not anyone else's job. Of course, if you're out here teaching the world how to spot, kind of like this is an interesting stuff coming through. Okay. So nobody is to be critiquing other people's, um, the thing that that person was innately built to do, right? Nobody was innately built to throw shade on others. Nobody was innately built to discredit others. So people out here discrediting others, okay? It's like, how can I say that when I discredit people who are out here discrediting others? Nobody's purpose was to come out and discredit other people's purpose, okay? I do want to say if there are people out here teaching you how to spot those type of manipulative people, that is a purpose that somebody might be called to, kind of helping people see through manipulation tactics and things like that. So let's just get rocking. And by the way, it's like we're not supposed to be pointing out specific people who we believe are manipulative. The divine is just asking those some of us to help see behaviors that might be hard for most people to see. There's like a 1% of us that can see these behaviors, right? And we are supposed to be helping others to see those behaviors, but not necessarily call out people who are displaying those behaviors. I hope this makes sense for you. This is coming through very strangely, and you are good enough. Okay, let's get rocking on some tarot here. That feels like I feel like the message came through already, but let's just keep going here. We're gonna try to do these a little more often, but they're gonna be quick and okay. Okay, so because I am getting whoever I'm speaking to here has tried several times to share the information. Okay, so it's like maybe you were sharing it not the correct way, right? Like you wanted to call out some behaviors, but you were calling out specific people. And by all means, I think if there's somebody who's hurting others and you can see it and you know it's for sure and something like that, I'm not saying don't say anything, but the divine is saying, because even those of us who can see through some of this, there's a small portion of humans that are capable of seeing through some of these more manipulative behaviors. It's saying that even we can misconstrue or perceive things, right? So the idea is not to, it's like they're giving me the fishing motto, or not motto, reference now. Like it's better to teach a man how to fish than to feed a man a fish or something. So teaching a man to fish so that he can eat for the rest of his life instead of feeding the man the fish so he only gets to eat for one meal, right? Something that wants to come out. So basically, when you're out here trying to show other people's manipulative behaviors, rather than calling out that one person and showing everybody that this person is manipulative, they're saying they want you to call out manipulative behaviors and let these people find those manipulators on their own or something, be able to spot them on their own. It's like you're teaching these people to never, because you're not going to be around for the rest of this person's life or whatever. This could be in your personal life, or maybe you're in the public eye doing some sort of like truth telling, or maybe you're a seer or something like that. That's what the energy that I'm getting. And again, it's like you haven't been successful in this mission because you've been doing it the wrong way. And I'm not here to critique you. I don't know who you are, by the way. But they are saying that instead of calling out specific people for their manipulative behaviors, it's like they're actually showing you these people not to put them on Front Street, but so that you can hone in on and master the ability to see these types of behaviors so that you can teach the collective how to spot these behaviors from a mile away. Okay, so that these people are no longer able to the get over on others. Okay, something like that. I hope it's making sense for you. So while I think you're kind of in the right niche or doing the right thing, I want to say I feel like adjacent possibilities is going to come through. Caring connections, by the way. So there's something about being integral in the way that we are informative or helpful to others. And it is never going to be by way of blasting people who we see doing things that we perceive as. And I want to be clear on that, we perceive as. Um, so just in the one case that we misperceive somebody's behavior, maybe it triggers a wound in us that is unhealed, right? That doesn't mean we shouldn't be out here doing the work we're doing. However, because we can't be certain why our perception is what it is, that's why we should never call out another human being for what they're doing. I want to say unless you have solid physical evidence, because then maybe there is something, but I feel like if there's solid physical evidence, that should be brought to the right attention, not to the world, like not using it to get views and things like that. I hope this is making sense for you, but they're saying because of that small percentage of a chance that our perception is actually misperceived by way of it triggering a wound within us, okay? Putting them on blast and then finding out later that you didn't have the full picture on a person is definitely one way to kind of unfortunately receive some negative karma. And I've done this, by the way. So I've done this about somebody who is definitely a narcissist, okay? But it wasn't my job to tell the world. And I did it very briefly. I posted it and took it down. I want to say that the divine has taught me a very powerful lesson about this person. While they've shown me that this person is certainly a narcissist since then, they said, It was never my job to show the world that that person's a narcissist. It was my job to show the world how to spot narcissists on their own. Okay. I hope that this makes sense for you. And we are going to close this reading here. So I'm sorry, I don't know if I got here, but it's saying you've tried several times to truth tell. But they're saying, like, instead of calling out particular people or groups of people or, whatever it is you're calling out, religions or, racist people or whatever it is you're calling out, it's like, don't try to point the finger at any particular person, just show behaviors that will kind of inevitably give them evidence that anybody they might run into is displaying these behaviors or these traits of a narcissist, a racist, whatever it is. Okay, I hope this makes sense for you. And we are going to close the reading here. I wanted to say that the Three of Wands is talking about this type of self-reliance you're teaching people. So it's like you're learning how to balance your head and your heart. So there's also this, like, you felt very called and immediately to share some information as soon as you received it. And you're sharing it about a particular person, or maybe you're not even, maybe you're just not letting that information sit within you long enough. So it's saying, like, the divine is never in a hurry, your ego is. So if you're feeling rushed or pressured to share something, that is not the right place. It's not coming from the right place. The information isn't being shared from the right place. So the information won't be able to be perceived with the right energy. And I hope that makes sense for you. So it's saying here that self-reliance and learning how to really rely on your own inner guidance system without the need to force that information on others. Again, your demographic will come to you however you're sharing this information. And certainly, I think you are supposed to be sharing it, but letting it sit and making sure we're getting the full picture before we share it, because there's never a rush if it's meant to be shared, right? The only time it's rushed is when it's not quite, I want to say, it's flimsy information is the only time we're being rushed to share something. Or certainly it isn't a stable resource or stable source of information, something like that. It's not saying that the information is necessarily incorrect. It's just saying if it's feeling rushed like that, it's coming from the ego, and the ego might share things before it's ripe, before it's correct fully. So getting the full picture here and sharing the information again in a very rational, conscious, and informative way about the situation itself, but not about the person, so that people can really start to protect themselves from these sort of, I'm getting, like, predatory energies. Okay. This is how you're going to help the world free themselves from the chains of this fear that they constantly live in. I hope this makes sense for you and really help people start living a joyful and emotionally fulfilling life. By the way, they're mentioning that there are people that are being misperceived, I being one of them, okay, because of something that might have triggered a wound in others it was never meant to be shared to hurt people, but because the information itself, the lie, made people comfortable, the truth makes people uncomfortable, and it can trigger a wound in them that makes people think that I'm a bad person, right? Just the information that I gave them was uncomfortable for them. So now they think that I'm the bad guy, right? That happens a lot where people are out here telling the truth and it's very uncomfortable. So people will misperceive the messenger as the bad guy. So because that could happen to anybody, including myself, including a healer, including somebody who is out here to help the world open up their eyes, if we're not completely 1,000,000% healed, which by the way, most of us are not, we should never be calling people out for their deceitful ways, just in case they've triggered a wound within us that isn't healed yet and made us misperceive them. I hope that makes sense for you. I don't feel like I explained that very clearly or thoroughly, but hostilities. So that's what it is about here. It's like, because there are very few people, but I will say people that are out here, like, teaching consciousness, right? Helping people become more consciously aware of their surroundings and reality, and not the fake reality, not the matrix, but the reality, what life really is, what's really going on out here. Because these people that are out here seeing, or I want to say, the eyes of the consciousness for the rest of the world, right? They receive a lot of hostility. It is really hard to share information that goes against what we've always known, because our comfort lies in the familiar, right? So making people uncomfortable with the truth does tend to make others hostile towards you, even if the information that you're giving them could save their life. I hope this is making sense for you, because I want to say that if you're a seer and somebody has made you hostile, I want you to understand that they could be triggering a comfortable familiarity or a lie that you, or an illusion that you're still living in. By the way, I have many, so I'm not above this message. I'm listening clearly to this message as well. So just because they've triggered something in you now doesn't mean that it's not deceitful information too. You might be right about these people or this person, but because it's too hard for us to tell what's being triggered by our own illusion, a fear, or something inside of us that hasn't been quite healed yet, or if we're perceiving, it's like, so just call out the behaviors, or help people, you not call out by, but like teach people how to spot these behaviors in people so that they can protect themselves with or without your help in the future. Okay, I hope that makes sense for you. And angel of strength, because they are saying whoever I'm speaking to here is an earth angel and brought here to bring light to a lot of darkness. Now, this some examples of people who have done this: Jesus Christ, Martin Luther King. So there is some, you see, these people don't leave us on good, on easy terms. They literally, the message they're sending, while very true and very powerful and very needed and very profound, um, the world that was living in an illusion couldn't handle the truth that they brought, so they killed them. Do you understand? So that's the kind of energy. So whoever I'm speaking with here, this is real. If you've been brought here as an earth angel to bring light, shed light on the shadows of the world, or the shadows of consciousness, or things like that, this is not for the faint of heart. This is a very big, very serious job. Door to spirit. It's like you're literally opening up this entire energetic world, and a new world, a new realm to people. This is not a little job, and it does come with big sacrifices and sometimes big consequences. But again, anybody who's here to actually do this job understands the mission, understands the assignment, and knows that what comes along with it, or what potential comes along with it. But again, I want to reiterate, because they're saying that even in this, with this job, you did live a human life here as well, where you have some psychological wound, or you could have some psychological wounding, because again, to be an earth angel, you have to go through a very traumatic upbringing. So you might have some psychological wounding that would allow you to misperceive somebody initially. So please wait on any information being shared, and never share anything about a particular person. Just help the world see these behaviors and let them find those people on their own. That's what I'm being told to tell you, and I'm taking this information on myself. So thank you so much for being here, whoever you are. I can tell you are a powerful person, a powerful healer, and here to unfortunately endure many things so that you can help others to never have to endure those things. We do have, there, anybody who's actually here to do this finds this a blessing, and it is a blessing. And there are moments where it feels like a curse, and where you want to give up, or sometimes I've even said, mercy, like, have mercy on me, God. I need a break from all of this information. Again, to really receive real, raw, intuitive downloads, you have to experience the trauma of the information that you're receiving. So it is not for the faint of heart. And I'm very proud of you. Whatever it is you're doing out here, I can feel is very powerful. And again, there's a way that you need to start doing it, that is going to be very beneficial for the collective, but not accidentally deter or torture or hurt anyone else, even if you think or perceive them as a bad person. It's like, we're not supposed to be calling any particular thing out or person out. I want to keep saying, because of our traumatic upbringing, we do still have potential to misperceive things that may trigger a wound that isn't quite healed yet. And I hope you understand what I'm saying here, because whatever you're doing is going to, before you're all the way healed right fucking now, you are going to be massively successful if you can do this without pointing fingers, right? Without blame. Just again, that doesn't mean you can't say behaviors that people have that are taking advantage of less consciously aware people. Okay, so helping people be able to see things on their own without putting names on it, just putting behaviors on it, is what you're being asked to do. And I hope that makes sense for you. I'm going to leave it there. If you've made it this far, give me a little like button there. And of course, if you are interested in more content from me, you can certainly hit that subscribe button. It would make it more likely that I do pick up on your energy in future readings. Okay. I love you so much, and I will see you guys very shortly.